Hi guys, it's Legendarma TV. Good to see you again. So, with the news from Nexon themselves, we are getting level 110 update on September. So we only have, what, like 3 months to prepare for it. And there's going to be a lot of things coming, new set, new raids, new specials, and so on. So in today's video, we are going to talk about all the changes, all the new stuff that is coming, and we'll try to prepare in advance for all this stuff, so whenever it rolls out, we will be ready. Let's roll. Okay, so let's start with the content. First and foremost, there is going to be a new raid battle, specifically for level 110, which is Romel. He looks kind of like a big boss from Metal Gear Solid, which is really great. So this guy is going to be dropping the new gear items for composition. So whenever, if you would want to go the level 110 gear, you would want to visit this guy and be prepared for the battle with him and the requirements that he will be asking you for. Next up is Abyssal Arena. Now, Abyssal Arena is a pretty Resident Sleeper content, to be honest, but they are adding a new one. There's going to be an Abyssal Arena 2. The problem here with this thing is that it is pretty much the same as the regular one. It's just the monsters there are going to be adjusted, so it's going to be harder to go through that. It's the same 10 level layer, same pattern, just defeat the monsters, then kill the boss on the floor, go down, and so on. This thing is going to be dropping the Abyssal Shard Grade 2 and Grade 3. Next up is specials, new specials. So the remaining, the current one, right, which we have is Crom, Glass, Heaven, and Kolru are going to be discontinued. So you will not be able to see them any longer. Just forget about them. The new specials are coming. There is only 2 of them. And it's a blast from the past. There is a special Garden of Tears, which is Regina, and special Temple of the Fallen Moon, which is Lord Glass, the Baldy. These are going to be 4 people only, and they'll be dropping the same thing. They're going to be dropping new steel that is getting introduced with 110. We're going to talk about it a little bit later. The special dungeon pouch, of course, and they will be adding... what was it? It was Sealed and Wish enchant scrolls into the pouch. I'm honestly not sure why they didn't add like all the other scrolls into the enchant pouch, like Truth and so on, but you know, it's Nexon, right? Next up is new Royal Army raids. Just like specials, the existing Royal Army raids are going to be discontinued. So Thor, Lavasat, and Titan. Instead of these 3, they're introducing 3 new Royal Army raids, which is Burning Temple, the Enzo, Into the Abyss, which is Juggernaut, and Radiance, which is Lulam Fada. So these 3 new Royal Army raids are going to be rotating every day, just like the current ones. And they will be dropping level 110 bottles, which are going to contain grade 3 shards, but then again, we're going to talk about it a bit later. And that's pretty much it. That's all the new content for now that we'll be getting. It's there's going to be quite a lot of stuff to do, for sure, and there's going to be a lot of adjustments to the existing content. Stuff like Reverend Tower and so on, but we will talk about it in the next tab. So that's here. That's it here. Okay, so now that we talked about the content, let's talk about the new stuffs that we'll be getting and the adjustments to the existing content. First of all, as I said, the level cap is going to be increased to level 110. And right off the bat, what does it mean? It means that the Partholon Vanguard that you have right now, and let's say you're level 105, right? Your main character. And you've leveled 10 characters for all the perks for the Partholon Vanguard. And they're all level 100. Once level 110 rolls out, you are going to lose your Vanguard buffs. Why? Because you will need your 10 characters that you've been working on to be level 105. And this is the first thing that you actually can, get prepared to, if you haven't done that yet, is to level at least 10 of your characters to level 105 for the future. So once level 1 and 10 gets released, you're gonna remain that Partholon Vanguard buffs. So you won't need to worry about it and be overwhelmed at the start of the patch. Next thing is obviously the new armor set, which is, as I said in the content, it's gonna be Ardri. This set is quite bulky, because we're gonna be getting even more defense on it, more attack, and more critical. The balance on the weapon is not gonna be changed, so it's gonna be the same as Militia. There won't be any adjustments needed in the gear with the scrolls and stuff. So if you're rocking Militia right now, the same is gonna go for the Ardri. Now, speaking of Ardri itself, it does have level. It does have rank 4 scrolls attached to it. However, there is no rank 4 scrolls yet. Hell, even rank 5 scrolls are still not complete, the list. So you can't actually have your full Militia gear have exclusive scrolls just for the Militia. So we will have to wait for that. So Ardri is gonna probably take the rank 5 existing scrolls, and the rest is what we have, rank 6 or whatever. The defense cap is going to be increased up to 33,000, which makes sense because Ardri is going to provide more defense. And Militia and Ardri sets are going to have the set bonuses, better set bonuses. Now, adding to the existing stamina, secondary stats, and so on, we will also be getting extra balance on top. So if you're rocking 6 pieces of Ardri or Militia, and actually if you want to mix them up, so 3 Militia, 3 Ardri, you will be able to complete the stat set, and you will get all that balance. Militia, as for the as gear, right, is still gonna be pretty relevant. It will certainly be meeting the requirements for Romel, and probably even more bosses after that. But the biggest difference between Militia and Ardri here is gonna be the additional damage and attack surplus caps. Now, with Ardri, the additional damage on all 15 pieces is going to be 7,000 versus Militia's 6,400. So you're going to get stronger. And the same goes for the surplus. Currently, the max surplus that you can get is 5,600. With Ardri, you'll be able to extend that to 7,500. So technically, the Ardri set is better, and this is what they're getting. They're trying to push you to go for Ardri because, just like in any other MMOs, you want your relevant recent gear to be relevant, right? And the old gear to be quite irrelevant. However, as I said, Militia is still in the play, and also given the fact that once level 110 gets released, there will be no more plus 16, plus 17, and so on enhancements. Once you reach plus 15 on Ardri, you're done. There is no this RNG crap that we are currently have. As for the existing plus 16s, as we talked about it before, they will remain as the legacy weapons and armor pieces, so if you have these pieces, you will be able to keep them. Now that we talked about Ardri as the armor set, let's talk about the things that go into it. First of all, you will need new era materials to synthesize it, which is great. So there is not going to be a new material introduced. So one of the things that you can do in advance, right, is to stack your new era materials if you want to go Ardri, right? By the time you get these pieces, right, you start working on your armor and weapon, you can actually start synthesizing it and maybe even max synthesize all the pieces right away. Currently, thanks to Shipu's table, you need approximately 2,000 of each new era material, so the orbs, the leathers, the cloths, you name it. It's gonna take a while, so if I were you, if you plan to go Ardri with 110, I highly recommend to actually start slaving away in red energy battles, which is Bath and Red and Inlet Stake. You will need that for the synthesis, so be prepared for it. Also, since the level 110 gear is the next tier of gear, they have introduced Mysterious and Abyssal Shards Grade 3. And obviously it's gonna be quite ball-busting because one Grade 3 shard takes 3 Grade 2s, so that's pretty huge, right? So if we just take a cost of a single Mysterious Shard Grade 2, which is 20 mil, it's probably gonna be 60 million for one Grade 3. Where do you get these shards? First of all, that's why Abyssal Arena 2 has been introduced. There it will be dropping Grade 3 shards, and also there's going to be a slight chance of dropping Grade 2s. Same goes for the Royal Army raid. Royal Army is going to drop level 110 bottles on top of all the bottles, so you'll be able to collect them. And also the adjustments have been made to the level 60 bottles. Currently they're dropping godly materials. They will start dropping the new era materials. So Royal Army raid is still going to be one of the best gold-making options because the amount of shards that they drop, plus the new era materials that you'll be able to sell on the market. So this is great. New type of steel as well. Currently we have Damascus steel, and it is used for 90, 95, 100, and 105, all these sets. With the introduction of level 110, specifically just for Ardri, you will need a new type of steel to reforge, which is Jardin Steel. Or, if you're a fan of French language, you can actually call it Jardin Steel. So, Jardin Steel is going to be dropping from Romel and onwards, so the next bosses is going to be released. It's also going to be inside the contents of the stuff that we currently have. So from the Reverend Tower boxes, from the Guild dungeons, it will be dropping. The Temporal mission that we currently have for 20 level 95s is going to be replaced, and there is going to be 20 Astera raids, and that would be giving you 2 Jardin Steels. And stuff like monthly ticket missions, so the sources of obtaining Jardin Steel is going to be huge. Also, you will be able to actually craft Jardin Steel with Damascus Steel. So the ratio is 3:1, so 3 Damascus Steel equals 1 Jardin Steel. And as I said, Jardin Steel is going to be only used for Ardri gear. So if you're planning to go Ardri gear, I highly recommend to actually prepare all of your Damascus Steel right now. Also, one of the other things that I forgot to mention, please do save your Seals of Bravery. You will be able to purchase Jardin Steel with Seals of Bravery. So you will need quite a lot of them. So make sure you're saving the green bottles from the Royal Army raids and the other sources that you get them from. Speaking of reforging, Militian and Astera reforging costs are going to be adjusted with level 110 update. So the amount of Damascus Steel for reforging is going to be way less. So if you will still be going for either Astera or Militian, it's going to be way easier to enhance and reforge your items to get to plus 15. Also, really nice news for, the new players or returning players. Whenever you get to level 95 or 100, right, you get this Astera support box, right, that gives you plus 12 free Dullahan gear. So the free gear is going to be adjusted with 110 update, and once you reach these levels, they will actually give you the box containing plus 12 free Astera gear. And not just Astera gear, which is already like max synthesized, right? They will also be giving you level 100 accessories on top of that, plus 15 accessories. So this is huge. This is a huge boost to the new players for the free gear. We will have a separate video when the time comes. looking into the pieces of Astera gear that you get. And also there's been adjustments to the level 100 accessories, which is Maka Belt, Elculus Earring, and Lu and Selrin rings that you will be getting from that box. The enhancement probability, +1 to +18, is going to be 100%. Just like the current free gear for the level 95 accessories, and enhancement to +19 is going to be 10% and 5% for +20. So this is a huge change. It will be easier to stack more counterforce with the free gear, so the people who are approaching the end game, they will be better prepared and will be able to unlock more raids on their path to the end game. There is also going to be a stat adjustment, which in particular we're going to be talking about balance. Now, as I mentioned it in the stats video, starting from 110, they will get rid of the 3-to-1 ratio that comes after you reach 90 balance. So it's going to get back to the ratio 1-to-1. So, and the cap for the balance is going to be raised up to 100. However, don't get your hopes started right now, because they also introduce a new stat that is called balance resistance to the bosses. So the more balance resistance the boss has, so let's say it has 7, the less balance is going to be applied in the battle. It's kind of stupid, I honestly don't know why, but if you think about it a little bit in depth, with the Ardri gear, the amount of additional damage that you get, the amount of attack surplus that you get, and the balance that you get, all of that is going to make your character extremely powerful and make the bosses, you will just start melting the bosses. So I guess this type of change, and it works just like that for surplus and additional damage as well, is to prevent people from going like extremely super powerful and just deleting bosses in like a minute or so. I still think this change is kind of stupid, but it's there, and we'll have to consult with boss's requirements and see the balance resistance in that. And one more thing that is going to make my life easier whenever I make, raid battle guides. They are adding a battle info improvement UI, and you will actually be able to see for each boss, you're going to have a list of items, key items that drop there. So whenever you're just going to consult with the boss you're about to raid, you will know exactly what drops there from town, right? You won't need to seek out, the lists and stuff. You'll just go into the game and see what drops there. It's really good. I always wanted this kind of thing to be implemented, and they actually did it. Okay, so now that we covered the most important things that will be coming with level 110 gear, let's have a quick summary of how we can prepare for all these things once again. First of all, make sure that you start leveling your characters that are level 100 to level 105. So when 110 gets released, you won't lose your Partholon Vanguard. You won't waste time on that. That's 1. 2. Save as many Seals of Bravery as you can, and the green bottles from RAR, if you're capped on the Seals of Bravery. With Seals of Bravery, you will be able to buy Jardin Steel. So you will have that extra source of steel income to be able to reforge the Ardri gear. Save as many new era materials. Like myself, I started slaving away in red energy battles, which is Bath and Red and Anal at Stake. So you will be prepared for synthesis on the Ardri gear. You will need quite a lot of new era materials, so it's better to start right now. And just overall, as I said, all the content that is going to be at 110 that we already have, which is Reverend Tower, Abyssal Arena, Guild Dungeons, and so on, Astera raids, they will all still be relevant. So the amount of content that you will have to do on the release is going to be enormous. But that's what gaming is all about, right? You want to have as much content, relevant content, to do. So you never get tired, right? So you always have something to do in the game. This is the ultimate goal of it. So this is pretty much it. I wish you good luck hunting and getting prepared for 110. And that's it for today, covering the 110 update and how to get prepared and everything you need to know about this thing coming on September 2021 for NA and EU servers. Huge thank you to Earl for translating all these changes, all these things directly from the KR server. He did a really great job. And thanks to Shipu for providing the list for the amount of materials you need for the synthesis. This was Legendarma TV. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, please subscribe to YouTube channel, join my Discord, stop by Twitch. If you want to support me directly, please join my Patreon as well. Guys, I wish you good luck. Let's get ready for 110 that is coming September 2021. There's going to be a lot of gaming, there's going to be a lot of content, so I wish you good luck. Let's go. Please be safe. I love you all 3000, and I see you very soon.